Om Namo Bhagavate Vaivasvataya Mrityave Brahma Vidyacharya Nachiketase cha. Parāñci khāni vyatṛṇat svayambhūḥ tasmāt parāṅ paśyati antarātman kaścit dhīraḥ pratyag-ātmānam aikṣat āvṛtta-cakṣuḥ amṛtatvam icchan parācaḥ kāmān anuyanti bālāḥ te mrityoryanti vitatasya pāśam atha dhīraḥ amṛtatvam viditva dhruvamadhruveshu iha na prārthayante. Yes. So in the second valley, Lord Yamaraj says, Swayambhū, the Supreme Lord, vyatṛṇat, that Lord has killed. Whom did the Lord kill? Parāñci khāni, the sense organs which are extroverted. So what is the meaning? The sense organs, the jnanendriyas, they are supposed to give us knowledge. But now, the Lord has made these sense organs perverted. So now, they are not able to do their job, which they are supposed to do. What is the job which the jnanendriyas are supposed to do? They are supposed to give us knowledge, jnanam. But now, they are no more capable of giving us jnanam. Why? Because the Lord has destroyed them. Punished them. Now what is the meaning here? The meaning here is, our jnanendriyas, they are parāñci, they are extroverted, they know only to look out into the world. They are not designed to look within. So then what happens? When we look out, we come to this conclusion that the whole world is perishable. We come to this conclusion that I am a mortal being, because this is the knowledge which the sense organs will give. And also, all the conclusions that we have, that this world is permanent, I come and go, I am in this world, all these conclusions we have derived by making the sense organs the basis for our knowledge. And actually, is it knowledge? It is not knowledge, it is pure delusion. And since the sense organs are deluding us, so poetically, in Upanishad it is said, these sense organs have been destroyed, have been cursed by the Lord, because of which now these sense organs are misleading the Jivatma who is using these sense organs. What is the point? The point is, if you want to know the reality of this Jiva, Jagat and Ishvara, sense organs are not the means. And what is the mistake we are all doing? The so-called great scientists, what are they doing? The mistake they are doing is, they are trying to find the reality of Everything by making use of the sense organs. Drishya vastu is given the most importance. Drashta is totally ignored. This is the mistake science is doing. The observer is completely ignored. The observed phenomena is given the maximum importance, the only importance. This is the mistake. See how beautifully Upanishad is guiding us. If you are making the sense organs the basis for your knowledge, what you arrive at will not be knowledge, it will be pure delusion. So poetically it is said here, the Lord has killed the sense organs. And now these dead sense organs, if we follow these dead, inefficient sense organs, what will be our fate? We will also die. That is the point. parāñci khāni vyatṛṇat svayambhūḥ tasmāt parāṅ paśyati na antarātman. Now all of us, what are we doing in this world now? We are looking out. We are completely extroverted. What are we searching for? We are searching for security and happiness. How are we searching? We are searching through the sense organs. Are we able to gain it? You will never be able to gain it because you are searching in the wrong place. Security and happiness is not there, it is here, it is within. So therefore, kaścit dhīraḥ, rare few wise ones. What do? āvṛtta-cakṣuḥ, they look within. They don't follow the ways of the senses. They discard the senses. They drop the senses. They turn their attention within. Kaścit, very rare few. You will not find too many people doing this. Kaścit means the rarity is indicated there. Majority are following the wrong path. Very rare minority are following the right path. And they are dhīraḥ, the wise people. What are they doing? āvṛtta-cakṣuḥ. What are they searching for? amṛtatvam icchan, desiring amṛtatvam, desiring immortality. And do they get it? Of course, yes. pratyag-ātmānam aikṣat. They see it. Definitely they get it. It is not that they are looking within and they are also lost. No. They get it. What is the proof that those who look within get it? The greatest proof is these Upanishads are still alive. Very many generations of the past, they have got it. They have gained the benefit from these Upanishads. Therefore, they have passed on the scriptures for the next generation. If whatever is said in the scriptures, if it were to be false, untrue, then it will not survive. We would have discarded them. Thousands and thousands of years ago, these things were revealed to the rishis. Even today, these mantras are available. Shows that these mantras are valid even today. Meaning, anyone, even in this Kali Yuga, if you can do this, what are we supposed to do? āvṛtta-cakṣuḥ, look within. Don't go out. Don't trust the senses. They are misleading. Look within. āvṛtta-cakṣuḥ. Pay attention to what is happening inside. Try to find out the inner essence in you. And then definitely you will reach what? amṛtatvam, the state of immortality. You will come to know who you are. You will come to know the nature of the real self. It is not this perishable entity. It is not this mortal body. It is immortal. It is divine. It is Satchit Ananda Surupa. But for that, you will have to go within. Going within is the way. But what happens to those people who go without, go outside? What happens? Parācaḥ kāmān anuyanti bālāḥ. So here Upanishads, they call them bālāḥ, children. Childish they are. immature they are. They don't know the truth. They are childish. No knowledge. No ability to discriminate. They get carried away by the external attractions, the superficial pleasures. Parācaḥ, anuyanti. They follow. The external parācaḥ, desirable objects, they follow. What happens to them? Te mrityoho yanti. They get trapped. They get stuck. What do they? Where do they get trapped? Paśyam. Paśyam means snare, a trap. So they get trapped in this trap, in this snare, in this noose. Who has spread out this snare, this trap? Mrityoho paśyam. It is spread out by death himself. And where are these traps present? Where is it? In one place or two places? No. Vitatasya paśyam. It is there everywhere in this world. This trap of death is present everywhere in this world. Who has laid down this trap? The trap is laid down by Mrityu himself. Meaning what? Anyone who falls into this trap is dead. There's no choice. So these bālāḥ, these childish people, unintelligent ones, they get attracted by these attractions of the world. Actually, these attractions of the world are all snares laid out by Mrityu. They get attracted by this glitz and glamour of the world, get trapped there and die. So this has to be understood. What is said here? So, what is life according to us? According to us, we interact with this world. What is interaction with the world means? Sense organs interacting with the sense objects. What are these sense objects? Vastu, vyakti and paristhiti. Vastu, thing, vyakti, being, paristhiti. Paristhiti means situations. So this is life. We are interacting. So what happens to a person who is not educated in scriptures? Who doesn't know how to live? Not exposed to the scriptures. What happens to them? So this interaction is called karma. And this karma leads to what happens when we interact with the things, beings and situations. Somewhere there are some things which give us joy. Some beings which give us joy. Some situations which give us joy. Sukha is there. So what is the natural tendency in us when something, being or situation gives us sukha? The natural thing is to get attached to it. Raga comes. Anything, being or situation, now we'll call it sense object. So understand, whenever I use the term sense object, it is thing, being or situation. So when that sense object is giving me sukha, the natural tendency is to have raga towards that object. Liking towards that object. I start liking it. Anything, being or situation, whichever gives me joy, I start liking it. And whichever gives me sorrow, I start hating it. Dvesha is also there. Raga and dvesha, they are the two sides of the same coin. Those who give me joy, I love them. Those who give me sorrow, I hate them. Now, what will be the next step? So see this. Karma. As a result of karma phala, sukha dukkha. With this sukha dukkha comes raga dvesha. Now there is raga dvesha in me. Now, what kind of actions I will perform? All these actions will be raga dvesha prerita karma. That which I like, I want more and more. That which I dislike, I will try to keep it away from my life. Run away from it. That which I like, I will run towards it. So now this raga dvesha in my mind will in turn force me to perform action. Now what kind of action it will be? It will be raga dvesha prerita karma. Actions which are tainted by raga dvesha, instigated by raga dvesha, governed by raga dvesha. Then what happens? Again the same thing. So slowly when I go on interacting with things which I like, what happens to this raga in me? It becomes very intense. It becomes an intense samskara, or it becomes an intense vasana. A tendency in me. It creates an impression in my mind. Intense impression of raga, intense impression of dvesha. So the mind is filled with such impressions. I'm coming in contact with so many things in my life, so many people in my life, so many situations in my life. Not everything attracts me. Not everyone attracts me, but there are some few things which attract me. There are some few persons which attract me. Slowly, a bundle of vasana is formed in the mind. Such a mind is called a colored mind. Colored by raga dvesha. Colored by samskaras. So mind becomes filled with such samskaras. Now, at the time of death, what happens? Yam yam vapi smaran bhavam tyajatyante kalevaram tam tamevaiti kaunteya sada tat bhava bhavitaha. At the time of death, yam yam vapi smaran bhavam. Bhagavan gives a law of life. What is the law? At the time of death, tyajatyante kalevaram. Kalevaram means the body. When a person is going to leave the body, yam yam vapi smaran, whatever he remembers at the time of death. Now, what will he remember at the time of death? What he will remember is not an accident. He will remember that which will be based on his samskaras in the mind. The vasanas in the mind. The raga dveshas in the mind. That alone will come. So Bhagavan uses the term tad bhava bhavitaha. These are the thoughts which he had entertained throughout his life again and again. He has repeated these thoughts. He has repeated these feelings, these impressions. And now these impressions have become really, really deep-rooted. These raga dveshas. So these deep impressions, they bubble out. They erupt. When? At the time of death. And what is Bhagavan saying? So these thoughts which he entertains at the time of death will decide his next birth. So therefore, what does it mean? If you are having likes and dislikes to these worldly things, beings and situations, if there is a likes and dislike, remember these likes and dislikes are sowing the seed for your next birth. In fact, you are asking the cosmos, I like this, oh cosmos, give me. This is the meaning of liking a thing, being or a situation. So what are we asking when we are entertaining likes and dislikes in this world? We may be asking a particular sense object. The moment you desire, express a desire, the law of the cosmos is to fulfill the desire. This is the law of the cosmos. So when I am liking something, I am telling the cosmos that I want that particular sense object. Now see this OET. Object, emotions, thought. I am asking the cosmos, give me this sense object. Give me these emotions. Give me these thoughts. O-E-T, I am demanding it. Now, if I am demanding a sense object, cosmos will have to give me sense organs to interact with the sense object. Sense organs have to be given. But sense organs alone cannot be given. You will have to be given a body. You will have to be given a body to interact with the sense objects. You will have to be given a mind to interact with the emotions, to entertain those emotions. You will have to be given an intellect to entertain the thoughts. In short, you will have to be given a BMI in order to interact in the world of OET. Such an interactor who is with his BMI, who is interacting with the OET, is called PFT, the experiencer. The one who is experiencing the world of OET is called as PFT, perceiver, feeler, thinker, Jivatma. So every time I am expressing a desire for the world, cosmos will have to fulfill it by giving me a body. This giving me a body is called as Punarapi Jananam, rebirth. I will have to be born. So literally speaking, when I am expressing a worldly desire, what am I expressing? I am expressing the desire to be reborn. And now, whoever is born will have to die. So whenever I am expressing a worldly desire, I am expressing my desire to die. That is why it is called mrityoho vitatasya pāṣam yanti. He is falling into the trap of death. Because he is not asking for birth, he is asking for death. Because death is the final reality of every birth. Isn't it? Ending is more important, not beginning. A football match, in the beginning you are winning, but in the end you lost. So finally you have won or lost. In the end what happens, that's the most important thing. That's the final reality. Who is having the last laugh? Right. See how beautifully Upanishad is taking. Bālāḥ, childish people, they alone will entertain worldly desires and try to fulfill their worldly desires. Because they don't know they are falling into the trap of death, laid out by death. They are born only to die. Actually, when we think that if we are having the desirable object, I will be happy. Arey, death, is it misery or happiness? When you are seeking a desirable object, you are seeking misery. Bālāḥ, they see the pleasure of interaction with the object. But dhīraḥ, what do they see? They don't see the pleasure, they see the end result. What is the end result? Death. So therefore, atha dhīraḥ, the wise people, amṛtatvam dhruvam viditva, having known that there is a possibility to attain that supreme, which is free from birth and death, which is free from all these kinds of miseries, which is free from, imperfections. Amṛtatvam viditva, having known this. How did they know? They knew it through the scriptures. They knew it through satsang, from Guru, etc. Viditva. Such a possibility exists. There is an option to escape all this. I can escape this coming back again and again to this world. What do? This amṛtatvam itself is dhruvam iti viditva. Whatever is immortal alone is real, alone is permanent. What can give me happiness is not the impermanent thing. Only the permanent thing can give me permanent happiness. Iti viditva. Thoroughly understanding this great truth. That reality which is ever existing alone can give me true happiness. Thus knowing. What do they do? Iha, in this world, adhruveshu na prarthayante. Na prarthayante, they don't desire. They don't seek. What? Adhruveshu. Adhruvam, which is impermanent. They don't seek this impermanent world, the impermanent objects. They are very clear. Prarthayante is the term used. Prarthana means what? You are praying, you are desiring, you are seeking. Every prarthana of Jivatma will come true. Na prarthayante. Intelligent seeking is called prarthana. Sincere seeking is called prarthana. It need not be intelligent, but it is sincere. That is called as prarthana. But the wise people, having gained this knowledge of the scriptures, their desires are guided by the knowledge of the scriptures. It's very important what is guiding our desires. Because your desires are going to come true. What are you desiring? It's very important. If you're desiring calamity, that will happen. So the scriptures are warning us. Don't desire something inauspicious. Because that is come to pass. That will come to pass. Desire what is auspicious. Right. You see, the whole BMI chart is based on vasanas. We. What is this vasana? The ragadvesha. Who created it? I myself. With my unintelligent contact with the world, I have created these vasanas. So why should we study the scriptures? We should study the scriptures because at present we are at the BMI level. And this can go on and on and on and on. We have to put an end to it. How to put an end? Stop desiring the world. Start desiring the Lord in you. If you desire God, you get God. If you desire world, you get world. Devan devayajo yanti pitrun yanti pitravrataha bhutani yanti bhutejyaha madbhakta yanti mamapi. Whatever you desire, you get. This is the law of this universe. The worshipper of the devatas, they go to devalokas. The worshipper of the pitras, they go to pitraloka. The worshippers of the bhutas, the elements, fine, they go to such worlds. But my devotees, they come to me. Right. Antakale cha mameva smaran muktva kalevaram yaf prayati samadbhavam yati nastyatra samshayah. At the time of death. Antakale cha mameva smaran, remembering me, muktva kalevaram, the one who leaves the body. So prayati madbhavam, he attains to my nature. Nastyatra samshaya, there is no doubt about it. At the time of death, who remembers me and leaves the body, he will reach me. So all our effort is for that. Let us develop such samskaras which will make us effortlessly remember God at the time of death. How to do it? Throughout your life you have to practice. You have to make that vasana. Remembering God vasana. You have to make it intense. And then this vasana will effortlessly spring out at the time of death. Then there is no problem. How to do it, Bhagavan? So the next verse is a verse on meditation. Vedantic meditation. Earlier it is said, āvṛtta-cakṣuḥ, looking within. What is it? How to practice it? What is this looking within? Is it looking inside? Heart, liver, kidney? Is it? No. What is this āvṛtta-cakṣuḥ? So some explanation has to be given. So that is given in verse number 3. Ena rūpam rasam gandham shabdan sparshan cha maithunan ete naiva vijanati kimatra parishishyate etat vaitat. Together. Ena rūpam rasam gandham shabdan sparshanscha maithunan ete naiva vijanati kimatra parishishyate etat vaitat. That with which yena vijanati, you come to know. That with which you come to know. What do I come to know? These experiences. Rūpam. Rūpa means form. How do you experience form? I see it, yes. That with which you see. Rūpam. And experience the form. Rasam. That with which you experience taste. Gandham, smell. Shabdan, the sounds. Maithunan, the sexual pleasures. How do you experience it? Etenaiva vijanati. You know it by this only. Kimatra parishishyate. What else is there to know? Meaning, there is nothing else to know. You just know this. That is enough. What does it mean now? That with which you know the Shabdasparsha Rupa Rasa Gandha. That is it. Oh, is it the mind then? It is the mind with which I know all this, no? So you have to be very careful with this verse. It can be misunderstood as the mind. It is not the mind. Etat vaitat. Nachiketa, what you are asking is this. This indeed is that. Tat etat. That which you are asking is this. Now we have to be very careful with these verses. So now, what is being talked about is consciousness here. So that consciousness, what does it do? It makes the body sentient. How does it make the body sentient? Not directly, but through the mind. So the first, consciousness enlivens the mind. Actually, mind is matter because it is made of 5 elements. It is actually matter, it is inert. But consciousness enlivens the mind, and now the mind is able to think. It is able to entertain thoughts. And now the mind appears to be alive, sentient. Actually, it is not its property, it is a borrowed property. Borrowed from consciousness. Just like when you heat a metal, the metal becomes hot. That heat in the metal is a borrowed property, borrowed from fire. So in the same way, the mind's ability to think, the mind's ability to become aware, they are all borrowed property, borrowed from consciousness. Consciousness, these properties are natural to it. It is its swabhava, swadharma. Because chit is the swadharma of consciousness. Being sentient. This particular property is borrowed by the mind. Now the mind appears sentient. Mind appears conscious. Now this mind passes on that property to the sense organs. Now the sense organs appear conscious. For example, the eyes, they appear to be alive. They appear to be living. Actually, that life doesn't belong to the eyes. It is belonging to consciousness. Mind borrows it and passes on that borrowed property to the sense organs. Now the sense organs appear alive. And this sense organ, the eye, let us say, now it is conscious of rupam, a form. So what is the statement we say? The eyes are conscious of the form. So what is this verse saying? That with which the eyes are conscious, pay attention to that. Generally, what is the mistake we do? The eyes are conscious of a form, we pay attention to the form. What is the Upanishad asking us to do? Don't pay attention to the form. Pay attention to that consciousness in the light of which you are able to be conscious of that form. Shift your attention. That's all what is needed. So do this with every transaction in the world. Rupam, rasam, gandham. They are all the transactions. Don't pay attention to the object. Pay attention to the consciousness in the light of which you are conscious of the object. That's all. It is just paying attention. Instead of paying attention to the object, pay attention to the subject. Instead of paying attention to the drishya vastu, pay attention to the drashta. Instead of paying attention to the observed object, pay attention to the observer. This is a meditation. This is called as āvṛtta-cakṣuḥ. Now you understood? It's all about paying attention to the source. There is something which is happening at the outer level, but your attention is not at the external object. Your attention is upon the internal subject. This is Vedantic meditation. And remember, when you are doing this, only you know that you are doing it. It is a subjective experience. Other person will never know. Other person never knows. He is also saying, he is interacting. Just like I am interacting, and Jnani is also interacting. In what way Jnani is different from Ajnani? There is a huge difference. You see, many times we also do this in the world, You are looking at the scene, but your attention is upon something unseen. For example, you want to know whether electricity is there or not. You look at the bulb. You switch on and look at the bulb. The bulb is glowing. You are looking at the bulb, but where is your attention? Upon unseen electricity, isn't it? You are looking at the seen bulb, but your attention is upon the unseen electricity. You see? Looking continues. You are looking at the bulb only. But attention is somewhere else. You are looking at the mirror. You are looking into the mirror only, no doubt. But where are you actually looking? You are looking out only to look within. You see? This is Vedantic meditation. You are looking at the object. But the purpose of looking at the object is not to get trapped in the object. No. The purpose of looking at the object is to shift the attention to the subject. Are you able to follow what I am saying? The object is a springboard to reach the subject. You know that springboard? All this Swimmers, etc., they do. There's a board there. They jump. They go down only to come up. Use the object to go back to the subject. You throw the ball onto the wall. For what? So that the ball will come back. It appears that you are going out, but actually you are not going out, you are going in. It's called as āvṛtta-cakṣuḥ. Now, this sadhana will be impossible if there is raga dvesha for the object in front. Yes or no? You are looking at the object only to come back to the subject, but you get stuck in the object. Like as though the ball is thrown on a, wet clay wall. It's stuck there. It doesn't bounce back. A thing, being, or a situation, a person whom you love very much, it is impossible that you can do this meditation. It's just not possible. The mind gets dragged into the object. You lose your center. You get stuck in the object. Subject is completely forgotten. That object becomes so important. It's all because of raga dvesha. This is called spiritual fall. This is spiritual fall. And what is the end result of spiritual fall? Punarapi jananam. Are you able to understand? So which is easy meditation? Meditation keeping the object in front, or meditation without the object? So therefore, in the 6th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, what is said? Generally, the instruction given in Bhagavad Gita is tasmāt tvam indriyāṇyādau niyamya bharatarṣabha. First thing is, if there is something or some being which is really pulling my attention away, keep away from that object. This is the first step. Okay. Exactly like when you want to learn driving, you don't learn driving in the thick of the traffic. Where do you learn driving? Where there is no vehicle, isn't it? Empty ground you learn driving. In the same way, for the beginners, start doing this meditation. Where? In solitude, where there are no sense objects. Then you close your eyes, sit down. Sense objects are not there to distract you. So the possibility of a successful meditation is greater when you are alone. But as you advance in meditation, as your jnana bhakti vairagya becomes intense, even amidst sense objects, you are undisturbed. You are centered. You are not pulled away from your center. Now this is called as advanced level. Yogarato va bhogarato va sangarato va sangavihina yasya brahmani ramate cittam nandati 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 va. That's at advanced stage. Yogarato va bhogarato. Whether the person is in yoga or bhoga, whether with sense objects or without sense objects, with people or without people, nandati nandati nandati. Yasya brahmani ramate chittam. The mind is abiding in that Brahman, the truth. Abiding in Brahman means what? Abiding in the self. Abiding in consciousness. The attention is always there, not going away. And there is nobody to take that attention away. Why? Because there are no objects of raga dvesha. And therefore there is no force which can separate him from the self. What is his experience? Nandati, nandati, nandati. Why nandati? The nature of the self is ananda swarupa. So therefore, if you are abiding in ananda swarupa, atma, ananda alone should be your experience. Right? You see. Yena rupam rasam gandham shabdan sparshansya maithunan etenaiva vijanati kimatra parishishyate. What else is there? Finished. Over. Now, this meditation, who can do? Should we be a sannyasi? No. Everyone can do this. Isn't it? Caste, creed, nationality, gender, religion. Everyone can do this because self is there in everyone. Mind is also there with everyone. Your job is only to shift your attention to that awareness in the light of which you are aware of the world. And once you start giving importance to this awareness, you become awareness. That is called as liberation. And the awareness is such, it is always there. It is something which can be done by everyone. Not only it can be done by everyone, it can be done any time. Yes or no? Should you do it only in Brahma Muhurta? Early morning, 4 o'clock? No. Any time this meditation can be done. So for the beginners, how to practice? See, in the beginning, don't try to practice with things, beings and situations where intense raga dvesha is. You just cannot practice. For example, nice food is there, which you love it. Try to practice this. Remember, you will have to give up the joy of eating to experience the joy of abidance. Both cannot come together. The joy of eating has to be sacrificed in order to gain the joy of abidance, which is just impossible for a beginner. So therefore, how to practice this? Things, beings and situations where there is no intense raga dvesha, you try to practice this. That is how you begin. There are so many places where you are not very much attached to the person or the thing, or you are doing something, taking bath, etc. All during at that time, where there is no too intense awareness. Just be aware. Just be aware of what you are doing. What is that we generally do? When you are doing something, multitasking happens, isn't it? You're, I should do this, I should go there, I think this is the way to do. You are doing something else in the present, but your mind is wandering either in the past or the future. Stop it. Be in the present. This is how you practice this. Again and again, bring the mind back to the present. What are you doing? Pay attention. Be aware of what you're doing. Be conscious of what you're doing. Consciously do what you're doing without allowing the mind to go here and there. This is the practice. You will be amazed if you can do this. Your mind will be extremely peaceful. And moreover, you will be extremely efficient in whatever you're doing. Because you are there, what you're doing. This is a very practical tip, actually. The first stage is just pay attention to what you're doing. And the advanced stage is you just be aware of the awareness in the light of which you just be aware of what you're doing. That's another stage. But the first step is this. Be aware of what you're doing. Are you able to follow what I'm saying? That's why they say, be in the present. Be in the here and now. Just be conscious. It's called as conscious living. Not allowing the mind to go here and there. The moment mind goes, bring it back. Be in the here. What am I doing? This forms the basis of Zen meditation, But actually all those things are there here. They gave some nice words, that's all. But it's all there here. Be aware. consciously aware. Be in the present. So now, can you say that, no, I don't get time to meditate? Can you say this? Every moment you can meditate. In the kitchen also, when you are cutting the vegetable, can you meditate or not? Of course, yes. Be consciously aware of what you're doing. Don't think of what I'm going to cook tomorrow. Vegetables are over. Now I should go to the market. No. What you're doing, just pay attention. And you'll always find that you will never commit mistakes, adding too much of salt and all that. Never will it happen. Just pay. Sometimes they put for salt and they forget. Second time again they put. It is all because of lack of awareness. It's all because you are not in the present. So the present moment is not registered in the mind. Because you were never in the present, you were either in the future or the past. And because it was not registered, you don't know what you have done. And because you don't know what you have done, you keep doing the wrong thing. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. 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 Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah. Sarve Santu Niramayah. Sarve Bhadrani Paśyantu. Ma kaśyit dukkha bhag bhavet. Asato ma sadgamaya. Tamaso ma jyotirgamaya. Mrityurma amṛtam gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.